Good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Michael Wilhite here with Southern Indiana Weather. Thanks for logging on to this latest long-range forecast update, sponsored today by Metal Magic in Washington. Give Chad a call at 698-8555 for all of your paintless dent repair needs. And folks, be sure to tell them Southern Indiana Weather sent you. All right. Lots to talk about today. Snow chances. Well, boy, can we buy a winter storm around here? We get sandwiched in here in Indiana. They seem to either go north of us or go south of us. That might be changing. We'll look at the model data and show you what's going on. First of all, there's a system that affected portions of Kentucky last night. Brought some just very light snow flurries to a couple of counties right along the Ohio River, but most of the rest of us got sort of gypped out of the snow. As far as that is concerned, that's all moving off to the east now, but we have another system that is up here. This is going to be a little clipper system that's going to start to dive our way tomorrow night. That could bring a little bit of snow with it, but unfortunately it doesn't look like the prospects are going to be too hopeful for us. Let's time it out on high-res NAM future radar. And there's that system, that snow system yesterday moving out. We go through the day today. We're going to stay dry. In fact, we'll warm up to around the 40-degree mark or so around the area if we're lucky and we can get some sunshine this afternoon. But there's that next system starting to move in, and so Sunday looks like it could be a fairly wet day. It's not an all-day soaker, but as you can see here, we are coming at about 7 Eastern, 6 Evansville time here in the morning, and you start to see some showers activity moving in as you go throughout the day here. The shower activity really starts to overtake us, and we get a good soaker in the afternoon, but as I said, it's not an all-day soaker because you can see here we are later in the afternoon and it's already moved out, so it looks like there's a few hours of rain as once the rain finally does set in. But look at the snow up to our north. In fact, there could be some decent accumulations with that up to our north, but notice finally by the time the 32-degree line here, this blue line, starts to move over us where anything could accumulate anyway. Well, I mean, look at this. The system's moving out and the moisture's dried up. So bottom line is this is not going to be a big snowmaker for us. It is going to be a snowmaker for portions of central and northern Indiana and places up there. Here's where you can expect to see that snow. In fact, 3 and 4 inches, it could be a real possibility for them up there, but for us down here, we are in a tenth of an inch or less of snow, and really, I would word it this way: most of us probably won't see any snow, but I wouldn't be surprised for some of us on the back side of the system as it's exiting to maybe see a light snow shower or two, or maybe some flurries. But again, nothing that's certainly going to stick. Not a concern for us tomorrow. If you got plans to head north, that's where the concerns will be. The snow accumulation that you see down here in Kentucky, by the way, was actually last night, overnight. So this is just the model run that was initiated overnight, so you can pretty much ignore that. That's already happened. But this up here, that's what's coming down on Sunday night into early Monday morning. And again, not a whole lot to worry about for us. Now, we have several systems that are set to impact us over the next few days. Let's go ahead and time those out on the models and look at that. First off, here's a system that's moving down from Sunday. We're looking at the GFS model here. There's that clipper system right there. Watch how it comes down over us, and notice the low pressure by the time we hit Sunday afternoon is right over us. That's not a good spot for us if we want the snow. That low would need to go more to the south of us if we wanted to be into that accumulating snow event. Keeps us as rain, and then by the time the overnight hours start to come, notice this, it sort of starts to dry up the precipitation on the back side of the system. Again, just like what the high-res NAM does. Not much snow expected for us. I'll put the chance of some light snow showers or flurries from rain changing over to that end of the forecast, but folks, I'm not overly hopeful with this one. Just not a good system for us. Now, there is some hints on Tuesday, Monday night into Tuesday, we might see another little system. GFS not showing much on this at all. If we switch over to the GEM model, the Canadians version of this, there is the system for Sunday, and you can see it's a rain event. Even less hopeful for any wintry precipitation for us over that. But watch this. By the time Monday night into Tuesday comes, it's got a nice little swath of snow coming down from another clipper system over us. GFS just doesn't have much of anything for us and just has very minimal in the region. So certainly some model disagreement with that. That's one that we'll keep an eye on for a nice little surprise. Maybe the GFS has it wrong. Maybe the Canadian has it wrong. I went ahead and written a small chance into the forecast of the light snow on Monday night into Tuesday, but Again, it's not a big chance by any means at this point. Either way, that system moves out. We start to get some high pressure moving in there. Then there's another system that moves in for Thursday that looks like it's probably going to be more of a rainmaker for us. Again, the low tracks right to the north of us. It keeps us in the warm zone of it. The snow stays to our north. Is that a big surprise or not? We can take a look at the Canadians' idea of this as well. And again, the Canadian is very similar fashion there, keeping that to our north as well. Going back here to the GFS. We'll keep moving this forward in time. High pressure settles in for a little bit and then moves out of our way. Then we've got a big storm system starting to erupt to our west and then to our southwest. These two, according to the GFS, start to merge together. And by the time Sunday, February the 1st comes, it could be a pretty potent winter storm system around our area, according to this. Now, before we get all oh, yay, look at this. I'm excited about this. Let me just show you the GEM, the Canadian model's version of that. And you can see, by the way, here it is. That's it. Not very impressive, right? That's about as good as it gets. The two systems just never really work together. You can see two separate systems kind of moving in down here. And if you compare that to what the GFS says for virtually the same time frame here on Saturday night into Sunday morning, two very different looks to that system. So yeah, don't get your hopes up, but it's something that will track this far out. If the GFS is right, the pattern will support it. Looking at the indices, the Arctic Oscillation is going to stay positive for a while, but it's forecast to go negative again. Again, when it goes negative, a negative AO means cold air on the move down from Canada. And of course, the NAO, the biggest player in that, forecast to go negative as well. Remember, a negative NAO blocks the Atlantic Ocean. It slows storm systems down. They can't reach the coast and then just go quickly off the coast and out to the ocean. It sort of says, no, I'm sorry, the Atlantic Ocean's closed for business. You got to go up the coast and up and around me. And so that slows the storm systems down, allows things to cool down sufficiently enough so that, well, like the Clipper system, in this case that we're having on Sunday night, it moves through extremely fast, and then by the time we're in the cold area, it's all dried up. Well, if the North Atlantic Oscillation would be negative, that would slow it down where the cold air would be able to catch up and there'd still be moisture around. So that's a difference of what it does for us. It makes the possibility for some winter storms around here maybe becoming real. So the indications are there that it could go again, but then here's the problem with that. Notice all these bubbles. You see here, these are old forecasts to give you an idea of how the model is performing. So look at this. The blue line is the analyzed trend. The black line is the current model thinking, and then these other colors are the last three model runs beyond that's thinking. It gives you an idea of comparison. The bubbles then are old forecasts to give you an idea of how it's performing. Well, here's the idea that I want to show you with that. How is it performing? Sucky, right? Look at this. This was forecast to take the NAO way negative, and what did we end up having? It went way positive. So, and you see this on multiple occasions where it's wanting to take that. So, right around in here, it did not handle the situation well whenever it was staying negative, and it was slightly negative. We didn't see much of a result out of it, and it went positive and got it wrong. So the question is then, is this going to actually happen? Well, right now, folks, that's just a very big question mark, and the answer is we don't know at this point. So it's something that we'll watch. If it does happen, it's not a guarantee that we get a winter storm, but a winter storm look like this would certainly be made possible by a negative NAO. So it's something that's got my eye peaked for interest right now. Maybe Tuesday night might be, Monday night into Tuesday might be a surprise system, but I'm not holding my breath out for it yet. This looks like our best chance at something coming forward. Now, there will be some cool air in place time. The good thing is the models are sort of backing off on some of the barbaric air that I had been advertising, and well, not really advertising, but showing you that there was a possibility there. Here's what the GFS ensembles say, and again, by that time frame, we could be into the high temperatures into the upper 20s or low 30s around the area, and we're talking temperatures here into the teens. Now, that's pretty cold air, but that's not just ridiculously cold air, but it's a much colder pattern than we're in right now, where we're talking about low and mid 40s around the area. So that's certainly something that we'll keep an eye on, folks, and we'll sort of go from there. But Bottom line is that eventually it's going to cool down. And for you snow lovers, I know you're saying this winter has sucked, and I agree with you. I'm a snow lover. I'd like to see some winter storms tracking here too. Around the area, we've only had about 3 to 5 inches of snow total for the season, and it all fell around the November 16th time frame during that winter storm. So we've been in a large snow drought. This winter is not at all, I'll be honest, what I figured it would be. My winter forecast is not 100% blown because I think my temperature forecast wasn't terribly off, but my snow forecast, I'll freely admit, it is not what I expected. This is an imperfect science, and the snow forecast is not at all what most of us meteorologists expected, for that matter, out of here. But I will say this: February and March are active months for weather generally, and we've had some of our biggest snowstorms move in the months of February and March. So all hope is not lost, especially if we can get that negative NAO and some cold air to work with, like we start to see here potentially in the longer term. But again, it is nothing more than a potential at this point. I want to stress it is I'm not forecasting a major winter storm for the 1st of February. I'm just showing you that it could be a possibility. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at your forecast. You can go to southernindianaweather.com and you can get this. Click on 10-day forecast. You can also be sure to download our mobile app for Google Play or iPhone, and just search for southernindianaweather.com. It's a great little tool that you can use to get this as well. Mid-40s around the area today if we can see some sunshine. Low 40s if we don't see any sunshine. Bottom line, it kind of depends on how fast a cloud deck clears out of here. I'm hoping it'll turn partly sunny later this afternoon and warm us up a little bit. But by and large, tonight we should start to see a thinning of the clouds at least a little bit. But not for long, because then Sunday the next system comes in and we get a chance of showers, a pretty good chance of showers with highs in the mid-40s again. That rain changes maybe to some light snow showers or flurries as we dip down to about 27 on Sunday night. Pretty much a cloudy day on Monday, maybe a snow shower very early in the day, but probably not, because I don't think we're going to see much in line with this. But there's that slight chance of light snow showers on Monday night here as well, lingering in potentially into early Tuesday morning. Again, you see the GFS wants to do pretty much nothing with this. The Canadian model wants to show a little bit more aggression with this. So it is something that we'll keep an eye on and watch, not a guarantee by any means at this point. And then beyond that, we warm up again fairly nicely. Another rainmaker moves in by Thursday that I showed you. May have a chance of some rain or snow showers with it, but I'm leaning more towards rain at this point, especially during the day on Thursday. Probably I should take the snow showers out of that. That's a little bit too warm in my thinking for snow showers there. That's a typo, and I'll make sure I get that corrected. But really what I'm talking about here is a chance of some rain or snow showers, maybe as temperatures start to cool on Thursday night. We'll see. Again, I wouldn't hold my breath about that either. It's another clipper system moving in with the low to our north. Then that really starts to cool us down, though, folks. Say goodbye to the 40s after that as we head down into the 30s. And again, by the time we head to February the 1st, maybe some chance of some snow showers. I put snow accumulation here for the first time in a long time with a question mark on here again. But again, not a guarantee, folks, just something that we'll keep on watching. And then behind that system, it looks like upper 20s could be the possibility for a few days. If we end up with a decent snow accumulation, that could go even colder. So that's something that we'll keep an eye on and watch. Again, not a guarantee at this point, folks, but we'll take it one day at a time and see how it goes. But right now, folks, just enjoy your Saturday. Temperatures around the area as you're starting off this day. Not that bad around the area. Not that bad considering all things. Temperature starting to near the 30-degree mark around the area, and if we can get a little bit of that cloud deck to clear out, 40s certainly look like a real possibility today. All right, folks, that's it for this long-range update. I'm meteorologist Michael Wilhite with Southern Indiana Weather. Thanks for logging on, and we'll see you next time.